Ever wondered how a king gets his fresh water in a land with no visible source of clean water? Let's take a trip to the heart of Africa, to a quiet village named Ilulamo in Oyo State, Nigeria. In this quaint settlement, the Oba, or king of Ilulamo, possesses a secret that leaves the villagers in constant curiosity. Despite the lack of a visible water source, the king always has access to fresh, clean water. The villagers, on the other hand, make do with semi-clean water from the river or wells. The question on everyone's lips is, how does the king do it? Enter Jamiu and Ayoola, a spirited couple with a thirst for knowledge and an insatiable curiosity. They develop a close friendship with the king, intrigued by his enigmatic persona and the riddle of the fresh water. As the ties of their friendship strengthen, the king unveils many of his secrets, but remains reticent about the origin of his clean water. One day, when the air was dense with expectation, Jamiu gathered his courage to the king about the water enigma. It was a daring step, one that could either fortify their friendship or dissolve it entirely. Initially, the king hesitated, but the bond of trust he had forged with Jamiu and the camaraderie they shared compelled him to reveal the secret. The king disclosed that the source of the clean water was underground well. This well was not a new find. It was a heritage passed down from his ancestors, a secret that had been preserved for generations. Jamiu was spellbound. He stood there, transfixed by the concealed underground well, a vow of silence lingering heavily in the air. He, the king, that the secret was secure with him. He pledged not to divulge it to anyone, not even his wife Ayoola. Picture holding a secret so massive, you can't even share it with your spouse. But can Jamiu genuinely maintain this secret? What happens when a secret too big to keep is let loose? Picture this: Jamiu, a man of integrity, a man who values friendship and trust. He's been entrusted with a secret that holds the key to the king's mysterious access to fresh water. He makes a promise to the king, Oba Ilulamo, a promise to keep this secret safe. But, as we all know, promises can be as fragile as a bubble in the wind. Jamiu returns home, his mind heavy with the weight of the secret. He sees his wife, Ayoola, her eyes full of curiosity. The secret burns in his chest, begging to be let out. After all, Ayoola is his wife, his confidant, his best friend. He takes a deep breath, looks into Ayoola's eyes, and breaks his promise. He shares the secret of the king's fresh water, the underground well, the legacy of the king's forefathers. Ayoola is taken aback. She's thrilled, surprised, and a bit scared. This is a huge secret, a secret that could change the dynamics of their village, Ilulamo. Ayoola, like most of us, finds the burden of a secret too heavy to bear alone. She decides to share it with her friend, Betrayal. She believes Betrayal can be trusted, that she won't let the secret out. But she's mistaken. Like wildfire, the secret spreads throughout the village. It travels from Betrayal to her neighbors, from the neighbors to the market women, from the market women to the village children, and then it reaches the ears of the village bandits. The bandits, thirsty for power and control, see an opportunity in this secret. They see a chance to take over the king's palace, to control the fresh water supply, to rule over Ilulamo. The secret has escaped, and the king's paradise is about to be invaded. But who could predict the chaos that was about to unfold? In the dead of the night, the unthinkable happens. Ilulamo, a peaceful village known for its calm nights, is startled awake by the unsavory sounds of an invasion. The bandits, having learned about the secret well, storm the king's palace. Like a whirlwind, they sweep through the palace, kidnapping the king and claiming his throne. In their newfound power, the bandits tap into the once sacred well, gulping down the fresh water that had been a symbol of the king's benevolence and mystery. As the sun rises, Jamiu and Ayoola approach the palace, unaware of the calamity that has befallen their king and friend. Their arrival is met with hostility. Jamiu is beaten, their pleas for water fall on deaf ears, and they are sent away, defeated. The king's palace has fallen, and the once trusted friends, Jamiu and Ayoola, are left in shock and despair. What does the future hold for them and their beloved village? To be continued.